I was trying to go and find some of the. I only know WWE wrestlers for the most part.
Yeah, it's
Um,
understandable. Yeah.
so I was trying to go through your social media and figure out Rhea Ripley. You've made
Yes,
boots
Rhea
for Rhea
Ripley,
Ripley. Raquel Rodriguez, as you
Raquel
just
Rodriguez,
mentioned.
Roxanne
Roxanne
Perez,
Perez from Laredo. Are you
Jacob
still?
Fatu.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu. So your boots were on WrestleMania 41, right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
Jacob Fatu was.
And Raquel Rodriguez was wearing them as well that night.
Wow. I want to talk to you real quick about Roxanne. Are you still in contact with
Oh
her?
yeah,
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez was actually 9 years old
Really?
when she came up to me at a LWA event. She was like, "I want to be a wrestler." I was like, "You're kind of young." So I remember telling her parents, like, take her to tumbling, take her to gymnastics.
Yeah.
And then when she was 13, she came back and she was like, I want to train. And so we sent her to train with George Benavides and Johnny Angel, that are her trainers here in Laredo. Then from there, she went to Booker
Booker
T's.
T's, yeah.
And a lot of us that would take her to Booker T's. And sometimes she would take the bus.
Really?
We would take her to bookings. I remember twice we took her to Dallas for TNA tryouts and stuff like that. So like a lot of people, like a lot of the independent wrestlers would take her all over, and then when we couldn't, she would ride the bus.
Wow. I
Yeah.
remember having that conversation with her when she was named. Well, when she won the Ring of Honor
Hmm.
female women's championship. I interviewed her, and I remember the story of her going on the bus
Yeah,
to Houston to train, and now we just saw her on. Was it on Saturday on Survivor?
with Survivor Series, yeah,
Pop rocks
beating
on.
up John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Yeah.
like, wow. I mean, that's crazy. And these are the people that you associate with, right?
Mhm.
I mean, but you're behind the scenes. People don't get to
Yeah.
see you. They see your work, and I mean, how does that make you feel when you see them out there, especially in the WWE, wearing your boots?
At times I don't get time to see it. I have to catch it later,
Yeah.
like on a clip. But it feels good. Like it feels like wow. Like they trust enough
Yeah.
to be like, hey, like I want your boots. Like, because I mean, it would be so embarrassing to be wrestling and the soul pops on and be like, oh, what am I gonna do? But now, like, thank God it's never happened. So
Yeah. How many on the current WWE roster have you made for?
if I'm not mistaken, maybe like 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anybody
because
that I didn't mention? I mean, there's
NXT right now is really big, like Ricky Saints,
right.
Ethan Page.
Okay.
Right off the top of my head, that's what I remember. But there's more.
Yeah.
There's more.
I saw you with Sadomero
Penta
Penta, but
Yeah.
I saw a picture with you and him, but that was before he was
on WWE.
on the
yeah.
WWE roster. Did you make a pair of boots for him, the ones that he was holding? Those
Yeah,
were for
but
him?
Penta actually came and wrestled for LWA,
Okay.
and like we had close bond. He came back for the meet and greet only.
Hmm.
I mean, I made friends with these people. Like I
Yeah.
can message them like, hey, good job, and they'll message back, hey, yeah, cool.
How do they know to contact you?
A lot of my phone numbers on social media.
Yeah.
I try to get on Instagram as much as I can, and Facebook.
Tell me about the Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw.
How did that happen?
Well,
So first of all, Iron Claw is a movie about the Von Erich
yes.
family, and you got involved some way
Mhm.
or somehow,
Yeah.
and that's how you're going to tell us.
well, I work at the VA too.
Okay.
I work a lot, so.
Yeah, I could tell.
I was getting out of work, driving home, and I got a message on the Instagram. I was parked outside the house, and I was like, we're working on a movie. We want to talk to you about this movie. And I was like, yeah, right. And I was like, okay. Like, I gave her my phone number. Well, I gave the person on the other line my phone number, and I was like, this is my phone number. Like, if you want to call me. Not even 2 minutes, the phone rang. And I was like, hey, we're working on this movie, but we can't talk to you about it. You have to sign an NDA. So we're going to email it to you. And I was like, what's an NDA? What's that stand for? I've never heard of that. So I Googled it right there, and then non-disclosure agreement. Okay, well, like, what's this for?
Basically
And
saying they're going to talk to you about the movie, but you can't say anything.
I
about
can't
it,
say
right?
anything. I
You're
can't
signing a
nothing.
document.
And I was like, okay.
All
So
right.
she
What
was
year
like,
was this?
2002, if I'm not mistaken. 2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, like yeah, sure. So I signed it, emailed it back. They checked it, and they're like, okay, well, now we can talk. We're working on a Von Erich movie. This is what the synopsis is, and it's 821. And I was like, okay, like, what is it that you need from me?
Were they before your time, the Von Erichs, or did
They
you
were
get to
right,
see them?
right. I got to see a couple matches on TV,
Okay.
but I didn't like follow the whole story. Like,
Right,
I just
right.
knew who they were. Like,
Sure.
so they're like, we saw your boots on Instagram, and I was like, oh well, I also was learning how to make tribute boots because a lot of the wrestlers in the 80s and the 90s had these spectacular boots, and I was like, oh, well, like if we can do that, we can do that. So I posted them, and she messaged me off of that. She was like, was Jennifer Starzard, I think her last name is, but she's a costume designer in Hollywood. And I was like, okay, like, yeah. She was like, how fast can you get us a pair? At that time, they were filming in Baton Rouge. So I was like, by tomorrow. So she sent me the measurements. I FedExed it. It got lost in the mail.
Oh my gosh.
So she was like, it hasn't arrived. The tracking number says San Antonio. We're going to start taking the promo pictures in 2 days. What's going on? And I was like, it's beyond my control.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, well, we need something. And I was like, I mean, this is real now. Like, so I called my uncle. I was like, how long can you stay up? And he was like, why? What's going on? And I told him, this is for a movie. Well, let's go to work. So we finished the pair. I get out of work at the VA, get in my car, and head out to Baton Rouge. And there's a clip in the movie where the actor comes out and he's wearing a regular pair of boots. He's not even wearing wrestling boots. And that's the part that they were filming at that time. So they needed those pair of boots that I had first shipped. And they didn't make it. So I show up.
So he came out in regular boots.
Jeremy Allen White comes out and he's got regular boots. And you can, if you're really looking at the boots like me, I was like, that's the part that they were filming. And my boots should have been there. Boots. Yeah.
And so, it actually came out in the movie.
Yeah, it comes out in the movie. So I know because I was lived it.
Yeah.
But other people would just be like, oh, like it's part of the movie. But I could tell. I was like, man, like I would have been right there.
Now, why didn't they have somebody making wrestling boots to begin with? I don't get that.
They did have contact with somebody in Los Angeles. But they're like, oh, we can't meet the deadline. And then they reached out to me and they're like, can you do this? And I was like, yeah. And I go, as long as the shipping service, that's why we were thinking FedEx is good. But obviously not. So when I showed up the morning, I left here like at 7, showed up Baton Rouge by 8. They were already waiting for those boots. So Jeremy Allen White comes on, he puts them on, and he was like, oh, these feel really good. This is what wrestling boots feel like. And I was like, yeah. So for an actor to be like, oh, these feel great, these feel comfortable. And then I got to meet Harris Dickinson. He had probably this is the first time they're going to hear about it. He had a broken toe. So he was like, can you put something in the, and I was like, I've never done that, but don't worry, we'll get you. So I asked my uncle, hey, he's got a broken toe. So he was like, don't worry, we'll put a cap on there and it'll be a nice hard cap like a cast. So he won't, and I was like, geez, my uncle's smart. And I go, I'm glad that he's still around so I can ask him a whole bunch of stuff.
What did he play in who did he play in the movie?
Harris Dickinson was David Von Erich.
Okay.
And then Jeremy Allen White was Kerry Von Erich.
Okay.
And then Kevin Von Erich didn't wear wrestling boots. He wrestled barefoot.
How long did it take you to make that pair of boots? The one that you had to rush over there. So you literally drove it over there so they could continue filming with the wrestling boots.
A day. From one day to the next.
Like time-wise? I mean, it takes you 24 hours? Or I mean...
A regular pair of boots, because you're cutting and measuring. You cut, you measure. Okay, this is 9 inches. Okay, so it flaps over 9 inches. Cool. Now let's cut another piece.
Yeah.
Let's cut another piece. Let's put it together. Okay, it doesn't fit right. Something looks off. Something's not like angled right. Okay, let's take it out. Put it again. You're talking about 3 weeks maybe. But for that movie, we were up almost around the clock. Because if I wasn't working, my uncle was working. So
that's crazy. And then what did it feel like? How did you get to stick around for the filming? Like
I got to stick around that one day.
Yeah.
Like they took me to where they were taking the promo pictures.
Yeah.
A couple of scenes. I got to meet a lot of the actors, but they're like no pictures. And I was like, don't worry. Like this is a story that I get to really like tell forever. Like yeah. Zac Efron is a little bit taller than me, but I was like, man, like this, like I get to meet Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Like but it was an experience. And then I drove back, and by the time I was driving back, they're like, oh, we need boots for the actor Ric Flair. We need the boots for the guy who's playing Fritz Von Erich. I was like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? So within maybe like 3 weeks, we did 21 pairs of boots.
Dang, Ray, that's crazy. Yeah. Now the ones you have behind you, is that a Ric Flair boot?
These were for the movie.
They were for the movie,
but they didn't get used in the movie.
Okay.
So I kept them.
Yeah.
And then when I met Ric Flair, I had him sign them, so they're signed right there.
No way.
Yeah.
If you want to show that to the camera, so you met Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And how did you explain to him that this was supposed to be for the movie?
I was like, hey, like, through all the pictures that were, because the costume designers have everything to a T. Like this is what
Yeah.
it's got to look like. You can't make it look like a class, like a boot now.
That's
You got to
crazy.
make it look like what Ric Flair used to wear at the time.
Yeah.
So even the lettering, like I had to look at old pictures and stuff like that, and kind of make it like 3D, so it all turns around. You're
Mm.
like, okay, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm not looking at. So
And what did he say when he
he was
saw
like,
them?
hey, that's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
but again, there was people in line.
Yeah.
So like these were supposed to be for the movie, but they weren't used. And he was like, no, that's really nice. Like, you make boots? And I was like, where? He was like, where are you from? And I go,
Yeah.
from Texas. He was like, perfect. One day you'll hear from me again. So I was like, okay, cool.
Are there a lot of wrestling boot makers?
In Mexico. In
So they're
Mexico,
rare here on this
in
side.
the U.S., I'm the only one.
What?
Yeah. The U.S., I'm the only one.
That is amazing, Ray.
Yeah.
How do you
Japan,
feel
there's
about
wrestling
that?
boots. There, Puerto Rico, but here in the,
You don't strike me as the type of guy that lets this stuff sink in. You just kind of go with it, and it's
because
like
every day is something new. Like every day is literally something
you
new.
never really have time to
Yeah.
think. But I mean, did you get to sit down and watch the movie and,
Oh, yeah.
and soak it in? And I made those boots. I mean,
Yeah.
how
Oh
does
yeah.
that make you
I
feel?
cried. I
Yeah.
cried when I was like, I remember I was like looking and I was just holding it, and my friend was sitting next to me, and I was like, he was like,
Right.
"Are you okay, pal?" And I was like, "Let me just watch." And I was like, I made it. Like, it's on there. Like,
Yeah.
and then from there, I've been on the Righteous Gemstones. They had a wrestling scene,
Okay.
so
What is right? That's on HBO.
it's on HBO. Yeah, a couple of pairs of boots have been on music videos. A couple of masks have been. A belt has been on a music video. Let me see. Steven Spielberg is coming out with a movie next year, and they're doing a wrestling scene, so some of the boots are gonna come out there too.
Really?
So yeah, like I say, every day is something new.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
just through word of mouth, people know that you're in the industry and that you do
Oh,
a good job. And so
from there, yeah, and then
yeah.
everybody in the locker room was like, "If you need boots, go to Ace."
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's really accessible, so get with Ace.
Do you ever stop and look back and remember that first chop and think, "Wow, I can't believe I'm here."
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I say, every day is something new, and when I have time, I'm like, man, I remember coming up from 3 points, and now I get to travel every weekend. I get to make friends all over. Like, it's a blessing, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to God that I can do this. Like, because I remember an outing before used to be like, oh, we're going to San Antonio, go visit your tia.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like, oh, we went to San Antonio. So I mean that, but now it's like, oh, we're gonna go to Six Flags. We're gonna go to do this, and I'm like, it's a blessing. Like, we can do a
Yeah.
lot of things because of wrestling.
And how does your family feel about everything that you do?
Good. I mean, the kids are all like happy.
Yeah.
Like they grew up. Oh, this is my hero, Dad.
How many kids
Oh.
you have?
5 boys, 1 girl.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Are they all into wrestling?
no.
Oh.
But the ones that are, they're like, hey, Dad, can you help me meet this guy? Yes. Don't worry about it. Like, going back to Tully Blanchard,
Mhm.
I met his daughter and we made a belt. My son went with me to go meet her. She signed it. She was like, "Oh, this is really cool." So I was like, "Mate, can we take a picture?" And we took the picture. We brought the belt back home, and we've been very fortunate that we know a lot of wrestlers. So a lot of wrestlers were, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Laredo. Can I spend the night at your house?" Cool, yeah. So we made friends with a luchador. His name is Daga. At the time, he started dating Tessa. So he stays at the house. We give him the kids' room. And he's like, "Why do you have my girlfriend?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why do you have my girlfriend on your wall?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Don't lie. That's not your girlfriend." I was like, "That's my girlfriend." I was like, "Whatever." So he ends up calling her on FaceTime. I was like, "Hey, look who I'm like looking at." And she starts getting jealous. He shows her the belt, and she was like, "I remember that." Well, my friend is the one that made it. And she was like, "Let me say hi." And I was like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And I was like, "I'm a big fan of your father's." And she was like, "Oh, cool, cool, whatever." So that ended, whatever, and we stopped, and I started hanging out with my friend. Later on, Tessa goes back to do another show in Austin. So we show up to go watch the wrestling. And I look back, and Tully Blanchard is standing right behind me. Never met him, always saw him on TV.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm going to go ask for an autograph. So I asked him for an autograph on the belt. He signs it, and I was like, oh my God, it's Tully Blanchard. Again, I was in the Hulkamaniac. I was like,
Like he's really the one that got you into
yeah.
it,
And I
right?
was like, I forgot to ask him for a picture.
Oh.
So 20 minutes go by, and I go back. Can I get a picture? And he was like, not right now, but I'll give it to you in a little bit because Tessa's going to come wrestle. So I was bummed out and went to watch the match. And I forgot about it because then I started looking at the belts. I'm super happy. And then Daga and Tessa meet up in Austin for another show because, again, we were doing shows all over. And they're talking outside, and I'm outside there because, again, Daga's my friend. And so he starts introducing me to Tessa, and we start creating a cool bond, and everybody's happy. Tully comes up, and I was like, I don't want to ask him for a picture because last time he didn't give me the picture. So I was like, I don't know what to say. So I was like, hi, sir, how you doing? Shook hands, and I just stood there. And before you know it, I start moving back and farther away from the circle. And they were just talking their wrestling stuff. And I was like, okay, like I'm going to go watch the show. So I never got the picture. When Tessa and Daga got married, I got invited to the wedding.
Nice.
And Tully is a pastor. So he was presiding through the wedding, and they got them married. So I was like, we were at the reception. Everybody was having a great time. And I was like, Tessa, before we leave tonight, I need to ask you for a favor. She was like, what? And I go, I need a picture with your dad. I've never gotten it. She was like, that's all you want? And I was like, that's all I want. She was like, Dad, take a picture with Ray. And I was like, I was starstruck again because like this was my hero. This is where I grew up. And then to him, it's his daughter. Like, of course, I'll take a picture from my daughter's friend. To me, I was like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I mean, but he took the picture, and then before he knew it, I spent Christmas with him. I watched Sunday Night Football. Like, I've created a good bond with Mr. Blanchard. And
how old is he?
He's in his 60s, but he can probably go more than you and I put together.
Definitely more than
he still does his squats. He still exercises. He's invited me to go golfing a couple of times, but I was like, no, I that's not my field. I know that I'm not gonna.
When was he inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame?
I don't remember. The exact date, I don't remember.
You're living in a dream world, man.
Yeah, I am. And as a matter of fact, these are...
Show us the other boots you have here.
These right here. Tessa called me. She was like, can you come to San Antonio? I was like, yeah, whatever y'all need. My dad wants to talk to you. I was like, oh, no. What did I do? Because, again, this is my hero. So I just remember him cutting promos and getting mad. So I was like, he's going to get mad at me. I did something. Like, he's going to get mad at me. So he was like, sit down, Ray. I want to ask you for a favor. And I was like, yes, sir. And we were having breakfast. And he was like, I need you to make a pair of wrestling boots for me for my last match. I was like, what? And I was like, you're going to wrestle one more time? And he was like, yeah. And I want to wear your boots on TV. And I was like, whoa. Like, to me, that was like the ultimate. Like,
that's it.
That was my, I made it.
I'm done.
I made it. Like, I can die happy tomorrow. So he was like, okay, like, this is what I want. I want my old original style. And I was like, sure. Okay, by when do you need them? Next week. And I was like, oh, no pressure, right? So get them made, drive to San Antonio, drop them off. And he was like, when I'm done, come back. Okay. So he wrestles. And I remember I told all the kids, go play in your rooms, leave me alone for 10 minutes, and you can change the TV. I just want to watch this. And I was glued. I was hooked. I was like...
What was he on? What did he come on?
AEW.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I remember... Like, I was 5, 6 years old again. And I was like, this is my hero. Like, I got to see him, and now, like, I get to see him wrestle one last time. And I was like, I was super happy. Like, I think I almost cried. I cry a lot. But
nothing wrong with that, by the way.
I remember when he called me, he was like, Ray, these are yours. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, these are yours. So I have Tully Blanchard's last pair of wrestling boots that he wrestled in. And he signed them, like, they're autographed and everything. And I was like, there is, like, that's right. And then he was like, would you ever sell them? And I go, not even for $1 million I would sell these.
What amazes me, Ray, is that you're just so, like, nonchalant about it. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if people really knew how big of a deal this is.
I tell you, like, every day is something new. But when this happened, I was like, I mean, I just saw him maybe November 8th. I saw him.
Uh-huh.
And we took a picture. Like, he sees me. He's all happy. And I was like, I remember this guy. I was scared of this guy. But, yeah, I even have him tattooed right here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I got Tessa right here. So,
and he knows that he's the reason you got
started.
Yeah.
He
That's
knows.
an amazing...
Yeah.
Where's the autograph? Is it on the outside or on the inside?
It's on the inside.
And so he actually wore him in that match?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which one is it? It's the other one.
That's so cool. And then which ones are these?
Those are the Von Erich boots, the ones that they saw. So,
Oh, nice. Where do you display these?
uh, I have a storage unit full of like memorabilia,
Yeah.
that's my autograph mask, boots that have been worn before by other wrestlers that they give them back to me.
Now these boots were for.
These were just so I can have a pair of boots. That's it. Because again, like I grew up in the '80s, so a
Yeah.
lot of the '80s wrestlers. Kerry Von Erich wore the similar. These aren't worn by Kerry
Right.
Von Erich, so let's get that out of the way. So I was like, I want to have a pair of so I can display all these boots and there's a picture of him wearing where he won the Intercontinental belt. I was like, okay, so I looked at all the pictures that I could, but we made adjustments to these boots because like they say Kerry on them.
Yeah.
These aren't his measurements either. Like we just went out based off whatever we could, and Von Erich.
Oh, nice.
But these are mirror image to what he wore.
And you just made them just for
Just to have.
for the memory. Are they like steel toe? Do all
No,
wrestling boots have
no,
steel
no,
toe,
no.
or what are
no.
they?
There's a plastic cap on here,
Gotcha.
but they're not steel toe. Because if you kick somebody, you're
Yeah.
gonna knock them out. But back then, Kerry Von Erich had pieces of leather, and he would just tie up on top of the boot.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to. That kind of looks. If you really look at it, that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
So we made an adjustment to the boots that now you can take off the Velcro and actually take off,
Oh, very cool.
and you can interchange the straps.
Nice.
I mean
Now, do you sell those? Do people want to buy boots like these, or?
they're like this is one that I won't sell, you
Yeah.
know, because this is what got me in the movies.
Sure.
You know? But other boots, yeah, like if they want a replica of this, I can
Yeah.
sell them. And then Kevin Von Erich, I got to go to their ranch this year in March,
I saw the picture of you with him.
and I was like, do you want to see him? And he was like, you're the person that made him for the movie, right? And he was like, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, where'd you get all this original boots? I go, they're not original, like they're a replica of what you all had. And he was like, they look just like what we had in the 80s.
Wow.
He was like, they look just like what we had.
I love the way you just mentioned. Oh, I went to the Von Erich Ranch. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I got invited.
Yeah. You're like, duh.
Yeah.
Just because? I mean.
There was a wrestling event and the promoter invited me.
Yeah.
And Tully was there too, and like, so
Wow.
yeah.
We're talking to Ray Ace Chavarria about his history making boots all over the place in WWE, AEW, all other wrestling areas that you can think of, and of course in the movies as well. And we're going to talk about his life here in Laredo as well. You founded Ace's Tag Team for Toys.
Ace's Tag Team for Toys, yes.
And you're in your 15th annual.
15th annual,
Yeah,
yes.
tell me about that.
Well, again, my last deployment, I was in Afghanistan. And when we were driving, I was a truck commander. So when we would drive, we would see the little villages. And at times we would stop and give out Gatorades to the kids. And it always hit me like, I had 2 boys at the time. And I was like, how can these kids live their life? Like, they get excited for a bottle of water. Like, my kids have everything. Like that's sad. Like I get emotional thinking about it because
Yeah.
we live in a life of like, oh, I can buy a shirt at Walmart. These kids don't know what a Walmart is. They don't even know what a store is. Like they lived in a village, whatever they could get, they would hand them down. Like mom would stitch all your clothes. I mean, that's what life was
Yeah.
over there. So every time we had an opportunity, we would drop off waters, Gatorades, whatever food we can get from the mess hall and just give it to them. So that stuck with me. Like I was like, man, like I'm spoiled rotten. Like my kids too. I mean, they have everything. Even going to McDonald's was a luxury, you know. And I was like, and then I came home and I started thinking about, hey, you know what? There's kids that are in the hospital on Christmas Eve. They don't have mom and dad sometimes, or mom is there and dad can't be there, or dad has to be there and mom can't be there. But on Christmas Eve, nobody's there. I was like, it's just whoever's in
Yeah.
that room, and that was it. So I was like, I'm gonna just see what I can do and collect toys and go drop them off at the hospital, and whatever wrestler wants to go with me, we'll take pictures with the kids. So before COVID, it was amazing. Like everybody would light up. They would open like all the hospitals for us, and like it was really cool. Like, and we would go at night. We wouldn't go during the day. I
Yeah.
told the wrestlers we have to go at night because that's when everybody's out with their families. Like these kids have nothing like at that time, and everybody would go, like mass wrestlers, guys with belts. So all the kids would light up, like, and we would just wrap all the toys and give it to them. But with COVID, like a lot of restrictions
Yeah.
happened, and now they stayed with those restrictions. So we jumped to the Child Advocacy Center. So again,
Here in Laredo, the Laredo
yeah,
Child Advocacy
all
Center.
the toys that are collected are gonna go directly to the Child Advocacy Center.
So you started it 15 years ago, and then you
Mhm.
had to pause for COVID, or
No, we didn't pause.
Oh,
We
you
kept
never
going.
did.
We never did.
So it's been 15 years
Yeah,
straight.
so when COVID was going on, we would drop off the box in the front of the hospital, call the security, and be like, "These are all the
Yeah.
donations for the kids," and so they would take them up to wherever they took them. But we never stopped.
And so people can drop off donations
Yeah.
at different locations.
We've been blessed. Like right now, we have Toy Box Express right here in McPherson. We have Sam's Liquor. We have Five Liner Tattoos, who's always supported us, like since the very beginning. And then we have Diamond Haircuts right now too, and like another couple people also offer.
Where can they follow you on social media so they can get all this
Uh,
information?
Instagram Aces Boots or my personal Facebook Ray Ace Chavarria.
Ray, how did the military help you with what you do now? Like, how did it form who you are?
And they're gonna be like, man, like you went the complete opposite from what you should have been doing. Like when I was deployed, like when I told you the opportunity came to be a wrestler, like, I was like, oh, I'm all for that. And then we came home and I didn't have a job, like, and they're like, oh, you can go be a police officer, you can go be in customs, or you can go to the oil rigs. I was like, that sounds interesting, but I'm not gonna be a wrestler doing that. And I went for it. Like I bet on myself. I really did, because I'm not an oil rigger. I don't work for customs. I'm not a police officer. You know. My uncle got me into Pro 8 News, and he was like, it was part time, and I was like, and then it became full time, but it was minimum wage. I was like, can't live off of this. I can't take care of my kids with this. So the wrestling bug took over, and I was like, oh, we're making a little bit of money. Now we're making decent money. Oh, now we're bringing big names. Now we're making good money. Like, hey, like, let's keep doing shows. And then, like I said, then the boots took over, and now I'm traveling with every weekend.
But what did you learn in your time? You know, when you were deployed. Anything from that experience that you were able to apply to your life? I mean,
basically, if I believe that I can do it, I'm gonna do it. Because there's times where I was deployed, and I was like, am I gonna make it home tonight? Like, am I gonna make it home? Like, to come back to Laredo with all the stuff that's going on? And I was like, now that I'm here, like, I can put my mind to whatever, and discipline, waking up to go to work, because I still have a regular job.
Sure.
But I wake up to go to work, take the kids to school.
I've got a regular job, and I make wrestling boots for some of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
and even
really
at my job, they're very supportive. They're like,
well, there's a lot of support amongst the veteran community here.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a very tight veteran community. What do your friends think about what you do?
My friends, either they wrestle.
Yeah.
They've helped me drive boots to wrestlers. This last pair that Raquel Rodriguez wore.
Right.
I was at the Nixon tailgaters, like, and I told a friend of mine, "Can you take the boots?" And he was like, "Yes." If I'm gonna meet Raquel Rodriguez, yes.
Heck yes.
And I was like, "Okay, there you go." So he took him to Huntsville that day, because the next flight was out to Survivor Series. So,
for someone who doesn't know wrestling at all and sees the hype and sees everything about it and wonders why, what would be your answer to that? I mean, they were in San Diego, you know, over the weekend, and what, almost 50,000 people on hand. I mean, you're talking about at the very, very, very top, and there's people that wonder why. How do you answer?
It's a form of entertainment. I mean,
this is more than a form of what is it?
I think we all live vicariously through the superheroes, like Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. I remember being a kid, I want to be Wolverine, you know.
Yeah.
But these people you can actually touch, and they're the bad guys that you're like, I want to see him get his ass kicked, you know, or I want to see finally like the good guy win, and that's probably, I guess, the poetic part about it.
Do you think there's a lot of people like my age, you know, mid-50s, that are closet fans? They just don't say anything because they don't think, right?
Yes. I mean, I never stopped being a fan. Like, I'm telling you, like, through my high school, like, you're gonna go watch wrestling? Yes.
Yeah. And what?
Mondays and Sundays I was watching wrestling, and then when I would tell you, I would take the magazines in my backpack to school.
Yeah.
Like, I would talk to my little close group of friends, like, hey, did you watch wrestling? Yeah.
Yeah. And you watch it today still?
Yeah. Well, when I have a chance, because like I said, now I got kids.
Do you have a preference?
No, because a lot of people that are on TV are my friends.
Yeah.
Like
How does
so
that feel? That's weird.
it is weird because like, hey, like Raquel Rodriguez, hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? Doing good. Hey, can you make these? Sure. How the kids?
Yeah.
Good. Like it's not like, hey, can you make a pair of boots? This is what I need. Everybody's really cordial and nice
Yeah.
and really always asking
So you
about.
make the boots. You also make belts. Thank you very much for this amazing
Yeah.
belt. What else do you make? You said accessories.
I should have brought a robe.
Oh, are you
Yes,
serious?
I still have a robe that needs to get shipped, but somebody asked me if I could do a replica of a Ric Flair robe. So I was like, okay, like, and again, going back to my uncle, I was like, I need your help. And I was like, okay, what do you need? We need a robe. Okay, well, get a bathrobe and then we'll cut the. And I go, okay. So he gets the bathrobe and he shows me. He cuts it and he goes, put it together. And I was like, okay, put it together. And I told him, this is the material that I want. He was like, you don't need that. You want me to tell you what he made it out of?
Go ahead.
He made it out of a tablecloth.
No.
You know those like lace tablecloths
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they used to have back in the 80s, 90s. He made a robe out of that. And he goes, put the liner in and you'll be good to go. And I was like,
And somebody paid for that?
mm-hmm. And I was like, how do you come up with these crazy ideas? And he goes, because I see what you're doing. I've
Yeah.
seen like the craziness that you bring into this place.
Yeah.
And he goes like, okay, well, like, what's the more affordable option
Yeah.
so we can make something look spectacular? And he was like, these tablecloths, everybody yanks at them and pulls them. I was like, why not? For wrestling, you can do that.
That's crazy.
And I was like, okay, so
How much of the what goes into the boots specifically, is it all only what the wrestler runs, or do you get to be creative?
no, it's, a lot of the times they're like, I want a black pair of boots.
Right.
I want a logo on there, and then I'm thinking about a zipper. I'm thinking about straps. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about something like that. So again, with the Velcro, I've told guys, hey, why don't you put a logo and we can change colors and you can take it on and off at different times. They're like, I like that. So
So you do have some
Yeah.
creative input then.
Mhm.
I mean, it's fascinating, Ray. Just I guess talk about your time in Laredo. I mean, how did you were made in Laredo? Obviously, your
Yeah.
career. Um, how did Laredo influence who you are?
Because whenever you need something, you know somebody. That's why you know somebody that knows somebody that can get you something and quick. And I mean, it's always been like that. Like growing up at the flea market, I knew a lot of people at the flea market. Oh, my grandparents can't come sell today. Oh, mijo, you come and sell. Like, we'll take care of you. And I'm like, okay. So
Yeah.
at 14, 15, I was selling at the flea market by myself. But both sides of my grandparents would sell at the flea market. My aunts and uncles would sell at the flea market. It was like
Yeah.
a family affair, you know? Everybody was always at the flea market.
Are you a role model?
I don't know yet. Like, one thing that I do tell my kids all the time, and because I lived it, I tell, let the world change you and you can change the world. And one of my sons is in San Marcos at Texas State, and he always tells his friends, let the world change and you can change the world. And I was like, I know where you got that. So,
Yeah. You feel you've made it?
yes. Like, I feel like I can look back and be like, man, I've done a lot of things in my life and still continue. Like, there's a lot more space to explore. Like, next year I want to go to Tennessee. And I like it of all places. Why Tennessee? Because there's so many wrestling schools in Tennessee. And I've been invited to a couple of them to be like, oh, come over and measure all our guys, and they can all have boots. So I mean,
You ever gonna get back in the ring?
never,
That was
never.
fast.
Like I'll get into like
Yeah.
take pictures, but never again to like wrestle. Never.
So, when you go to the shows, Ray, that's all your own merchandise that you're selling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You do well?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I stopped doing wrestling shows. Merchandise takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your biggest seller, I guess?
Um,
What's your main source of income? Is it the boots?
the boots. Yeah, the
Yeah.
boots definitely. Because say Monday I'll have no money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never happened because
Yeah.
take care. Got kids, like you got to take care of all of them. So, say example, Monday I have no money. Monday by 12 o'clock I've got money. After okay, this is the material I need. This
Yeah.
after so many years doing it. Okay, this is what's allotted for material. The rest is for the pocket. You know.
Wow. And so then the wrestling boots definitely your biggest. What's your second best seller? I guess at
Wrestling
shows?
masks.
Wrestling masks.
Yeah.
You make those too?
My uncle
Really?
It became a family affair because he was like, "Are you really making that much?" And I was like, "You want to make that much too? I mean, you're family. I can't just leave you out in the dark." So I was like, "This is what I need you to make. So during the day you're doing that, and at night when you leave, I'll come in and take over." So sometimes he'll leave a boot half finished, and then I'll take over at night.
Ray Chavarria from Aces Boots. Ray, anything I didn't ask you want to mention?
I don't know, like, I don't know why I'm here after Pita Studio.
Are you kidding me, man?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
it's an interesting
everybody-
story. I saw it, like I saw the documentary, and then you invited, and then I was
and
like,
you being
Pita
at the
Studio.
Von Erich Ranch, no big deal, right?
No.
It's a great story, right? You're
Yeah.
a fascinating story because you took something that you started to love at the age of 4 or 5 years old, and here you are. You've made it in the industry. You're getting
Yeah.
calls from some of the biggest wrestlers around, and you've made it. I mean, that's part of what Made in Laredo is. I mean, you're a Laredo product, and look what you've done.
And a lot of fun is walking into the buildings on like this past Sunday, where you walk into the building. Some of the guys I've never met before, but they know.
They know.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Ace? I was like, hey, what's your name? And but yeah, you walk into some of the locker rooms and guys that have ordered. We used to wrestle for me are already ordering gear and boots, and they're like,
Wow.
man, like, I won't go nowhere else. Like,
Yeah. What's your next trip?
Corpus, and then Sunday I gotta be. Well, Saturday at the NXT pay-per-view in San Antonio.
Are you going as a fan, or are you going?
No, I'm
to-
gonna go take boots.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It's fascinating, and anybody who knows wrestling is probably freaking out because they understand a lot of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And this podcast isn't about. I mean, I got a lot of heat from the Pita Studio interview because I didn't know this about Selena, and I didn't know
It's
it
understandable.
wasn't about
yeah.
Selena. It was about Pita Studio, and he's from Laredo. This is about Ray Chavarria,
Yeah.
and he's from freaking Laredo. He was
Yeah,
made
yeah.
in Laredo, and he's making wrestling boots for the biggest names in the industry. And
Yeah.
so
And
that's
I
why
try to
you're-
post a lot on social media, but
Yeah.
I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my kid helps me. Like sometimes
Yeah.
he'll be like, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna put this for you." Like, yeah, go ahead.
Well,
So
congratulations,
Thank
Ray,
you.
and keep up the good work, and thank you for your service to our
Thank you.
country. Thank you for the belt.
yeah, like something you can
And
have on
yeah,
on
we'll
display.
put it here, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep living your dream, and thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
being on Made in Laredo. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
being
Thank
here.
you very much.
Great job.
Thank you for the time.